What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Grey Talks Chelsea. How you doing? It's been a lovely break, and not having to think about Chelsea for the last 9 days. Has it been nearly now a whole more than a week? We haven't had to sit there and sit through the depressing 90-minute just marathon that is watching a Chelsea game at the moment. It's just so depressing having to sit there and watch them. Watch this fraud of a manager steal a paycheck week in, week out. Some of these players just clearly not good enough. The mess the club is in because of the owners and because of the directors. It's just depressing now. Do we really even care anymore for this season? The season is pretty much in the bin. We hang our hopes on an FA Cup tie at home to Leicester in the quarterfinals. And who has hopes that we can even be successful in that next weekend. But next up, of course, is Newcastle at home. Mid-table clash. But I think the most depressing thing is even if we win this game, our position doesn't even change. Yeah, we go to a point within Newcastle with a game in hand, but our game in hand is against Tottenham. And I have no confidence. In us beating a side that is challenging for the top four at the moment, who are in form at the moment, who are playing brilliantly, who got a great result this weekend against Aston Villa when we finally do come to meet them. And if we do lose that game, let's Poch's head on a chopping block. We've got to talk about this game first. We've had a lovely break, and you're thinking over this week-long break, week-plus break, 7-day plus, we might see a few players come back, and we do. Cucurella's back into the squad. Thiago Silva's back into the squad. But as two come in, of course, same old story has been our story for the last 2 seasons. 3 go out injured. Ben Chilwell, Levi Colwill and Conor Gallagher, who is a doubt through illness. Chilwell and Colwill definitely out, it seems. Gallagher is being assessed over the weekend, but a massive doubt that he will start. So I doubt he'll be in there. It's just been our story this whole season. Just injury after injury after injury after injury. It's become more than a joke now. But we can't hang our hat on all and blame all on the injuries. The manager, like I said, absolute fraud, not good enough. Players not been good enough. And the whole club is a complete mess. Is it a surprise we are sitting where we are sitting? Not really. Do I have any faith that we'll climb any higher? Not really. I think this is where we're going to finish up for the majority of the season. For the rest of the season, our finishing place will be 11th or 12th. It's a sad state of affairs, but that's what I'm saying now. I have no faith in us climbing this table. There's no consistency within this side. There's no belief within this side. There's no system within this side. There's no facts to point to that can say that we are going to climb this table and get to at least 7th. It's doable. Look at Wolves. They're up in 8th now. They were only behind us a couple of weeks ago. Now look at them. Challenging for those European places. It's embarrassing. We have to go anyway. Against Newcastle, I have to have some confidence in the lads that he puts out there. I have no faith in his system and his tactics. We just have to hope someone does something special on the night. It's the only thing we can hope for, and that somehow, some way, we can see out 90 minutes without conceding too many goals and making too many mistakes. But it's bound to happen every game. It does happen every game. Mistakes at the back, consistently conceding goals. We've been absolutely shocking all season at the back. But it's because of the constant changes, in my opinion. Injuries, inconsistent form from players. Just not been good enough. So who does he pick? Now, with no Colwill, with no Chilwell, we have to switch it up and change it up yet again. Have to stick with Petrovic in goal. He's been the best of the two this season. Hasn't been fantastic, but he's been better than Sanchez, and that's not saying much. Gusto at right back, I suppose. There's nobody else. He does well going forward. Dodgy at times in defence recently, but there's nobody else. Reece James is nowhere to be seen. When is he going to be fit? I doubt for the rest of the season. I don't even want to see him back for the rest of this season, to be honest with you. Gusto's doing a good enough job and just leave him there. Let's just build the lad up and let him get more game time and more experience. It's not hurting him. Centre-back pairing is going to have to be Disasi, and it looks like Thiago Silva coming back into the side, unless he goes with Chalobah, which would be a surprise, because he's been absolutely shocking since he's come back. Disasi ain't been much better recently. But hopefully, along with Thiago Silva alongside of him, he can keep his head and keep his cool and have a decent game. Left back, hopefully, if he's fit enough and he's ready to go, we stick Marc Cucurella there. He's not on the injury list, so he's our only left back choice. There's nobody else. Unless Alfie Gilchrist or Malo Gusto come out and play there, I doubt it. In my opinion, it has to be Marc Cucurella playing at left back. I don't want to see a centre back playing in full back positions and Gusto playing out of position. Now in the midfield, we ain't got much choice. We really haven't. It has to be Enzo and Caicedo, and that's been a problem all season, that we have had no depth in the midfield. None at all. Because of injuries. Lavia, nowhere to be seen. Uga Chukwu, nowhere to be seen for the majority. Chukwuemeka, nowhere to be seen for the majority of the season. It's not good enough. We needed reinforcements in January, we didn't get them. He brought back Cassidy off loan. That's all we could do, is bring back someone from loan who is nowhere near the level we need and the standard for this league. Let's have that right. The lad is not ready. So it's going to have to be Caicedo and Enzo again. Hopefully they can be consistent and they can have a good game together if they stay together, if they work together as a unit, as they have done in the past. But I worry against this Newcastle midfield. They are very, very good in the midfield. With the likes of Willock and Guimaraes, Longstaff, and the other ones like that in there, it's going to be a hard shift. They will put a shift in. And I don't know if Enzo and Caicedo are up to the task. Then we have to talk about who else goes in there in the 10 role, possibly. I suppose without Conor Gallagher around, we ain't got much choices really. Who is there? Could Cole Palmer go in there? Mikhailo Mudryk had a decent game in the cup in there, in that position. I suppose he looked all right. Against Leeds that was though, so we ain't got much other choice. I would probably stick Mudryk in there and let him have a go. It's worth a try. It's worth a go. I mean, worst that can happen is we get absolutely slaughtered in the midfield, and then it's happened anyway with Gallagher in there, so it makes no fucking difference. You never know. He might be otherworldly and pull off a masterclass and be absolutely fantastic. Who knows? Stranger things have fucking happened with this squad and this team and this club. Cole Palmer out on the right has to be. He's dipped in form recently, in my opinion. Hasn't been himself in the last couple of games. Hopefully he can find something in this game. Left hand side, it's going to have to be Raheem Sterling, I suppose. There isn't many other choices, is there? I can't see Mike Madueke getting in this team. He is not good enough. And it's Jackson. It has to be Jackson up top. We ain't got nobody else. We've sent everyone else out on loan. All our other strikers, Fofana and Broja. Washington's not ready and not good enough. Clearly. What a waste of money that was. It's just not being played, not being used whatsoever. Not even on the bench most of the time. So clearly the manager don't rate him, so he ain't going to be anywhere near the squad tomorrow. It's an absolute laughable state of affairs. We have no striker. We're threadbare in midfield. Have all problems all over the park. We can't defend. We can't score. This club's a joke. Why should I have any faith in us getting a result against a Newcastle side who are not informed themselves? But they'll probably turn up and put in a great game and want to win against Chelsea. Everyone always does. So easy to play against us. It's not hard. You don't have to be a master tactician to figure out what Pochettino's going to try and do and beat him. Look at the teams that have beaten us this season. Look at the teams that have gotten good results against us and stifled us and nullified us completely. Eddie Howe will be a walk in the park for him, I assume. I'm saying we're going to lose tomorrow. I have no faith in this team. 2-1 Newcastle. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching. Up the Chelsea. See you next time.